is Mark and Charity Mornings.
Mark and Charity podcast for final day of November. It is Giving Tuesday today.
So many ways to give, and we'll find out about a couple of them coming up with the Learning Foundation. Maribeth Desnoux joined us earlier this morning, and Ryan Turcotte, how you can help out their Firefighters Toy Drive, the annual event here in Belleville. We'll talk to both of them later in the podcast. And don't forget as well, great way to give back by supplying lunch for your coworkers. Hit up Burger Revolution. Final day for our burgers today as well.
Yes, ma'am.
So we'll find out tomorrow the tally of how our burgers did. $1 from each going towards the Enrichment Center for Mental Health here in Belleville and the Royal Canadian Legion in Trenton.
Give, give, give. It works. How long has Giving Tuesday been around? 2005. It's when it started. And the whole idea was,
really?
okay, we have buy, we have Black Friday, we have Cyber Monday. Give. That was the whole idea behind that. And so last year in 2020, during the pandemic, supporters of Giving Tuesday gave just shy of $2.5 billion to registered charities.
That's amazing.
Which is all but one U.S. philanthropic foundation that gave more than they would give all year. More people gave enough in that one day. Stats show that most people participate in Giving Tuesday in more than one way. Majority of them do it in non-financial ways. So 37% give time or goods, 28% give money, 35% of people do both or a combination, give time, volunteer, and money. Which is a great way to go about it. 52% of people who take part in Giving Tuesday say they do it because they want to be part of something bigger, and it allows them to be part of a bigger group of people that do good. So it just makes you feel good.
You just want to do good.
And you're part of a society of good people.
Yeah.
And you do it on Giving Tuesday. 84% of people who are aware of Giving Tuesday report that the movement inspired them to be more giving, which is why we're talking about it in the podcast. So since you know it's there, well, I'm going to give. And then once you give and research the organizations you want to give to, you realize, ooh, this is a whole year round. You
Not just today.
Yeah, become more interested.
Wonderful.
Give more or give more time.
Yep.
And stats show we've got them going young. 82% of millennials, 18 to 34-year-olds who found out about Giving Tuesday participate.
That's great.
Because that's something not new to them. It's new to us, but they will literally...
What, giving, you think?
Yeah, no, Giving Tuesday. Because if that was 2005, my daughter was born in 1990, so she's right in the heart of that. She would have been 15 by the time she would have started learning about giving back. So to her, Giving Tuesday has been part of her whole life.
But I think it was, the day itself might be new, but I think the older generations were giving anyway. They knew the importance of giving back and supporting these organizations, because without the support, they wouldn't be there.
We had Suzanne Quinlan on the show. She was on the podcast yesterday about how to help out by giving food, money, or time to the Gleaners Food Bank. It is a BOGO, buy one, give one with United Way, and matching funds today with McDougall Insurance for all donations made. And we had Ryan Turcotte on with the big one for Christmas and the Firefighters Toy Drive. Ryan Turcotte joins us this morning, the organizer of the Firefighter Toy Drive. How many years now, Ryan, you've been at the helm?
Almost a decade now, which saying it out loud makes me feel pretty old.
Well, your heart, it's grown 3 sizes.
Or more even.
How well did the toy collecting go during the Santa Claus parade here in Belleville?
Oh, it was a great year. It was, despite all the rain and poor weather, there's so many people out, and so many people were very generous with us this year.
Well, that's wonderful to hear. Now, typically, how many toys do you collect, Ryan, and monetary donations when it's all said and done?
Well, I wouldn't be able to sit down and count all the toys every year, but we usually bring in for donations. Oh my goodness, it's even trying to think it out loud. We have about 1,400 kids, and each kid gets a fairly generous box, something that we, can give them a little bit of hope and a little bit of cheer for the full year. So on an average year, we bring in quite a bit, actually. Yeah. Now,
are there any sort of children age groups that are a little bit more difficult that if people are shopping for can help you out this year?
Well, it's always tricky for us. There's 2 groups that are always the trickiest, and it's the young babies, so under 1 year old, because each month, the 1 to 0 to 3 months and the 3 to 5 months, they're also very specific with toys as the babies kind of grow and learn to do things. So we're always lacking in certain of those newborn ages. And then the other thing is the older kids, because as you get older, the kids start to play with toys less, so those toys become a little less common. So we're always, for the 10-year-old boys and girls, we're always trying to piece together stuff that we think that, would be old enough yet still toys for them. So those are the two age groups that are always a little tricky for us.
Ryan Turcotte of the Belleville Firefighter Toy Drive, organizer for the past decade or so.
And for those who do want to donate this year, Ryan, a new unwrapped toy or a monetary donation, how best can they do that?
Okay, the best way to do it is we have two main drop-off spots if you want to drop off cash, which is both the fire halls. Those are the best and safest spots to go. But we also have an online portal at Canada Helps, and it's available. You can find it on our Facebook page and our social medias. Essentially, they're just a wicked organization that allows us to take credit card donations and get tax receipts out to you guys right away. Additionally, for toy donations, which it's still my favorite way of favorite type of donation because I know that every toy that comes in, it means that a family or an individual or a couple has taken the time to sit down and go out and purchase that toy and put the thought into it. But you can drop those toys off. We've got a drop-off box at the Quinte Mall, at the Bayview Mall. I believe St. Lawrence Pools is trying to fill a hot tub for us. And both fire halls are always an excellent option.
Yeah, and a lot of people helping you out behind the scenes.
We have, I can't say enough positive about the volunteers and the members of the community who step forward every year. They're too numerous to really count, but I just, a big thank you to all of them, because there's so many people with hearts way bigger than mine who go to the way to help me make boxes, collect boxes, pick up toys, sort whether it's a 3-year-old doll or a 5-year-old doll, and have heated discussions on which it should be. It takes a lot for these people to step forward, and especially there's so many businesses in the area. And they never get named because they're not doing it to get named, but that, come forward, they talk to me, they organize big toy drives inside their office, they go the extra mile, and they come to drop off their toys, and they're happy to be a part of it. And I can't say, this community is amazing for the amount that they do, and they do without recognition. So I want to say thank you to all those people today.
Well, thank you.
Yes, thank you and your team, both coworkers and volunteers. That's what today is really all about, right? Giving back, whether it is through donations or volunteering their time. So a wonderful job you're doing, Ryan. All the best. And if you're looking to give today, remember the toy drive, the Firefighters Toy Drive, going on now.
So thanks to the Army of Volunteers, and please get along when you decide what toys go for what children. I helped out one year.
Keep the arguments to a minimum.
I know. I helped out one year for, I think, 4 hours.
Yeah.
In Santa's
workshop village.
Big warehouse of toys. It's organized and it's crowded, and that's so good.
Yes.
So good. A lot of volunteers.
Well, as he mentioned, 14 to 1,700 children. They help out over the holidays.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It's a big number.
It's a huge number.
And it takes all year to do it. So if you've already made your donation, thank you. If you haven't, please look for those bins and help them out. Then when you're shopping throughout the Quinte region, particularly in Belleville, Trenton, and Picton, you're going to see fun little things put over top of the parking meters. They're free, but are they free?
They are free, but you can still pop some change into the meter, because through the month of December, you can help out the Learning Foundation raise money. Their Feed the Meter campaign kicks off tomorrow. But want to thank again Maribeth Desnew, who stopped by this morning with breakfast for us.
Maribeth Desnew of the Learning Foundation, thank you for breakfast.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much.
You are so welcome. We wanted to get your day off to a good start. It's Giving Tuesday, and it's the kickoff of Feed the Meter.
Perfect. It's a win-win today.
That is a great fundraiser for you. Give us the deets on why people should be shopping in the local communities and still giving money for the quote-unquote free meters.
Well, hey, listen, Food for Learning is in all of the schools in Hastings and Prince Edward County, and we're providing breakfast, snacks, and in some schools, lunch at absolutely no cost to students. And last year, well over 1 million meals and snacks. And you know what happened last year, virtual learning? 5,666 gift cards were also given out to students to support them and to support their families. I don't know. Mark, do you buy the groceries?
I'm the grocery buyer.
He is.
Okay, so you know what has happened to grocery prices. So grocery prices, COVID support's coming to an end, and we just have far greater participation in our programs.
And it really is so important to start the day off with a full stomach.
Absolutely it is, without question. So I was looking at budgets yesterday, school budgets. They should be at 30% of their budgets. Most of them are over 60% through their budgets at this point in time.
Already.
So please, shop downtown.
Feed the
money
meter.
in the meters.
Yep.
Feed the Meters. What communities are taking part for Feed the Meters?
Picton, Trenton, and Belleville, once again, are all supporting us with this fundraiser, and we are so appreciative. And thank you so much to you for your support of our campaign. Greatly appreciated.
Nope, that's awesome. Thank you so much, and thanks for breakfast.
You are welcome. Enjoy.
So thanks again to Mary Beth and their theme this year, if you believe this wonderful little bookmark that they have with our breakfast, is that parking is free, but groceries are not.
And Mary Beth made the point of the prices are going up and they're expected to continue to increase. So it's getting harder and harder to get maybe some of the healthier foods and snacks. And it's so important to start the day off. Breakfast, the most important meal of the day. And way back when, I used to help out. I volunteered with the Food for Learning program when I was working in Barrie. I'd go in, and because of my hours, I was working middays at the time, I could go in and do breakfast in the morning and then go to work. But it was so much fun to see the kids come in, and they would just clamor in, and it was like being at home. You'd get the big table and they'd all sit around and they'd have breakfast, and we'd have grilled cheese and cereal and toast and eggs, and and off they'd go. Off they'd go to school. And yeah, it was wonderful to be a part of. And it is so important that they start the day off with a full belly.
And the surprising number in there was, as you said, you checked the budget.
Yeah.
By now, about 30% of the money would be gone. They've already spent 60% of the money, which means more kids. But that also means if they run out of money, what happens come March break?
And it's
Are they out of money?
unfortunate. Some of these kids do rely heavily on getting these meals at school.
So I know parking's free, Picton, Belleville, and Trenton. But, lots of quarters, lots of loonies.
Every little bit helps.
It's going to go right back into the bellies of kids around here. So Giving Tuesday, encouraging you to give in any way you can, which includes, if money is tight, giving time. Make a New Year's resolution to help out your community. It's a Mark and Charity podcast for this final day of November. Tomorrow on the podcast, we're going to find out how much money got raised through Burger Revolution and Our Burgers.
Cannot wait.
Cannot wait. Jeff Camacho and all of his banking of accountants. And he's got an entire firm in the background counting them up. It's the Mark and Charity Coffee Podcast out of Belleville, Ontario, Canada. You can catch us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and off of our social media sites. Have a wonderful Giving Tuesday. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning.